Hello, people. Um, we are in a state of fuckedness because of certain people's inability to recognize the truth. That's it. And the reason why this world is locked down is because of that factor. As crazy as it may sound, sooner or later people are going to realise that this is the case. This has been the case for time. And the people who were speaking about this concept were targeted, really, made to look like absolute nut jobs. But because of evidence as kind of proved in hard matter reality what I was on about to be true. So all those people who doubted what I was saying, not that I wanted to make them believe, really. I was just speaking about my reality, and that it was seemingly in contrast with the perception or the mass agenda or the mass populace way of thinking. It was different. And this is it. It's like people don't realise what I was actually... I knew what I was doing. I knew what position I was putting myself in. As in the potential detriment from what I initially did. So people... okay, fair enough. The world's full of narcissists. To some extent, because no one really just wants to address the sole reason why I did this. Everyone wants to skip around it, and it's serious. That why do they want to skip around it? Especially, I know, like, people who don't know me are not going to give a shit, are they, really? I don't expect them to. But if a so-called friend goes out of their way to cancel someone's speaking their truth, they can't understand that it's their truth. But cancel it because their lies, which are blatant. They know that they're lies as well. That's what's mad about this. Are more beneficial to their existence, no one else's. And it's just like... because these people can't be cured. They will not. I kind of knew this anyway, but I actually got that way of how I was thinking was kind of reinforced with the work of H.G. Tudor. Let me know, really, of how these people think. And it's eased a lot of things, I gotta say, as in, like, my concern. But it kind of also makes me think, shit, we're all fucked. We're all fucking shagged. Because people are just fucking don't like being told what to do, do they? And because of that aspect, things have prolificated in the negative sense, and made to be the normal for people. This is dodgy, really, because you're basically putting your reliance, anyone out there, say an empath, if there is such a thing as an empath, out there, who is truly an empath, not just talking about themselves or other people, really an empath. And if there is such a person out there, which I don't think there is, realizes this, that this was serious, that like what I did years and years ago, and put my life on the line. If anyone understands what I did, potentially what I was putting myself into, I knew, but did other people? I don't think they did fully, because, well, they obviously didn't, because they didn't realise how severe it was for me to do that, and because they were not in touch. It's cognitive dissonance. It's that cognitive total lack of awareness of a certain mindset. And it's like, don't you understand this? Well, you don't, do you? It's not my fault, it's not your fault either. So it's one of them things, isn't it? It's spiritual. This is a spiritual battle going on, people. And it's because it's non-physical. It's to do with emotions. Happiness, sadness, depression, anxiety, euphoria. These are all non-physical qualities or aspects to life. And they're non-physical. You can prove that. It's proven already that they're non-physical. Happiness is non-physical. And so is depression. So, I just realised I need to go somewhere. People are really going to be pushed to realise this. So, they're pushing these vaccines on people, yeah? Like all the narcs I know have got kids, yeah? So when you learn that your child has had that cold rod of steel poked into their arm and drug abused with a vaccine, because it's drug abuse. That vaccination, that's drug abuse. That's fucking major enforced drug abuse, people. Don't you clue this up yet? And plus, if you've had COVID, which we probably had it anyway, it's flu, innit? Aren't we immune to it, anyway? So why do we have to have a fucking vaccine? I think I had COVID a couple of years back. I had a nasty flu. 2 weeks, knocked me out, 2 weeks. And it just before January, really. End of 2018, nasty flu. Seemed like pretty much all ticked the boxes of COVID, that did. So I probably would test positive. Does that mean I would need a vaccine, though? It's like, come on. I do, in fact, look after my body, as crazy as it may seem. I do. I wouldn't be alive otherwise, you know. So I do put back what I take out. I kind of, it's symbiotic. There's a synergy going on with what I do with my life. And so I don't want people to follow my footsteps, you know, what I do. Because like I said, probably fuck you up. But at least the awareness of what I've exposed to people is that there's so many purposeful lies put out there by people who purposely doing it, who knowingly doing it, and doing it for a buzz, doing it for fuel, doing it for a sense of achievement, and they're using this tactic on humanity. And people are just lapping it up. This is like, what's mad? Like this. So, if anyone out there has got any empathy, why don't we all trip together and buy a cruise liner, Ron Hubbard style? Like, at the moment, the cruise liner industry is going right down the plug because of COVID, right? You getting like £40 million cruise liners sold for $1 million, because it would actually cost the company more to scrap them than to sell them. So why don't we just chip in? Why don't every empath out there chip in £100 and to put a deposit down on a fucking ship? Maritime law, you don't need to wear a mask on the sea. You don't need to be concerned about COVID on the sea. And basically there's no laws. No laws of the land anyway, because it's maritime. People, if they understood this, they would actually do something. Now, my concern is that people don't understand this. People are just too busy going round and round in circles, really, just talking about themselves, talking about other people and themselves. That includes me. But this is the reason why I'm doing this, is to try and get out of this circular pattern, which is just going nowhere. And it's gone nowhere. Because people are too infatuated with themselves, really. Anyone who's got like a platform to speak from doesn't want to jeopardize that by speaking about what I'm talking about. And when in fact that what I'm speaking about is the most important thing, really, that people should fucking know. And I've told people straight out that it's up to other people to actually trust or actually look in and do some research themselves to see that I'm not a fabricator, not bullshitting, I never have, and I've done this from a stable, consistent method of documentation. Now, that's solid. It's hard matter. Evidence, people. Now, this involves the American government, and the CIA. Probably MI5, MI6. I mean, they thought that I was MI5. I want MI6. When they realised that I wasn't, they thought, shit. What the shit? But, of course, I was trying to tell people this, but people still started showing off. Look at me, MI5. You know, kind of like that. But I fucking... people just don't get it yet, do they? It's not, I'm trying to be better than you. Like, I've found that, like, the narcissistic type of people hate this shit. Because it seems that they're threatened by it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why? You dicks. Because it's so fucking much bigger than yourself, you stupid cunt. And this is what I just fucking can't understand, really. Well, I can understand it. So, but it's still a bit of a shitter, isn't it? To live a life like this with no feedback of anyone apart from the ones that were instigating it in the first place. I honestly think that most of my stuff just goes to them. I really have doubts about some of my subscribers because of I can just see people would quite happily just sit back and watch me die, trying to get this out there. Literally watch me die and then say, oh yeah, well yeah, and then but rather than actually talk about it, so they can have more clarification and information, they would just quite happily just see me fucking struggle to the end and die, and then say I was talking shit. Whilst their children get fucking cold rods of steel poked into their arms with drugs injected into them. That's drug abuse, in my eye. That's major, hardcore drug abuse, worldwide. Enforced vaccinations. This is drug abuse, people. Do you realise? Okay, I'm gonna go. We'll stop then. Oh, I'm gonna fucking do your heads in some more now, ain't I? Because this can't go on for much longer. It's not that I'm in pain. I'm not. I'm actually fueled. Like I said, I get fuel off loads of shit. I get fuel off mad shit, me. And I guess that might be part of my pirate ancestry. I'm not sure. But I get a thrill of certain things. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. Not that dark and dodgy though, really. I quite like just rinsing people who think they're fucking special. It's not that I think I'm special. It's like, why do you think you're so fucking special when you're not? Evidently not. And for you to make shit up, I'm not having this, see, anymore. It's fucking absolute bullshit, see. So, anyway, drug abuse, take it.